Hello, room 106. I hope you guys had a terrific Tuesday yesterday and you were able to get outside a little bit. You were able to enjoy the lessons that got posted yesterday with our beach theme. I also think we picked the least sunny week possible to have beach week. The past 2 days, it has been cloudy by my house. So that is why I did not take my little adventure today. Hoping maybe tomorrow when I wake up, it'll be a little sunnier. So we can take a little mini adventure to the beach because it is beach week. That being said, let's get started with our calendar. So, more to say. I'm telling you something. It is about days and times. Oh, sorry, I ripped the page. Sorry, water animals. So today, turn the page, is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Turn the page. We want months. And today is July 22nd. So it's Wednesday, July 22nd. And then we're going to do our weather. So, as I said, it is currently cloudy by my house. I'm hoping the sun peeks through. And our weather today is currently 75 degrees, and the high is going to be 82. So it's going to be kind of hot today. But it'll be cloudy. However, that is when I get most sunburned, is when it's cloudy, because I don't remember to put on sunscreen, because the sun can still get you through the clouds. So if you go outside, put your sunscreen on. So that is our weather and calendar. Today, we only have 3 posts because gym and music did the combined lesson yesterday, so that took away one of our posts for today. So there'll just be 3 for you guys. So we have our OT lesson with Miss Lauren and Miss Lori. They did an ocean in a bottle for OT. So I hope you guys enjoyed that because it's super fun. And then I posted our math lesson today. So there's 8 different math sheets that you guys can do. And I just asked that you guys do 2 of them, please and thank you. And it is a great time to work on your goals. You can do your hop-on writing. You can hold a pen and then make a purposeful movement. It's a good time to make choices, so you can count the number and then say, oh, there's 4. Which one is the number 4? And then you hold up a 4 and a different number, and then you look at the numbers. You can have to make a choice of which sheet to do. So do you want to do this one or this one? And they can look, or they can answer a yes or no question. Those are all goals that we need to be working on because those are on the IEPs, and we still need to be working on those because we still need to track our progress on those. So please, please, please do your goals while you are doing these math sheets. That is really what the goal of all this work is we got to work on our goals. So I picked the sheets with goals in mind. So please, 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 if you do anything today, work on some goals. And then there's this video, which is our morning group announcement storytime video. So those are our 3 posts today. So I think that's all I have to say. So let's get back into story time with Wonder. So as we left off yesterday, Augie, it was Jack's perspective. So Augie and Jack had just met Via's new boyfriend, Justin. So that is who we're going to be hearing from now, is Justin. Sorry. So, Olivia's brother. The first time I met Olivia's little brother, I had to admit, I'm totally taken by surprise. I shouldn't be, of course. Olivia's told me about his syndrome. Olivia's told me about his syndrome. Okay, I'm going to point this out just because so it's Justin writing. So there is no capitals to start any of the sentences, which is why I was just hesitating. Because I thought it was just a continuous sentence, so I'm sorry. Has even been described what he looks like, but she's also talked about all of his surgeries over the years. So I guess I assumed he'd be more normal looking by now. Like when a kid is born with a cleft palate and they have plastic surgery to fix it. You can't even tell except for the little scar above their lip. I guess I thought her brother would have more scars here and there, but not this. I definitely wasn't expecting a little kid in a baseball cap who was sitting right in front of me. Actually, there were two kids sitting in front of me. One totally normal-looking kid with curly blonde hair named Jack, and the other is Augie. I like to think I'm able to hide my surprise. I hope I do. Surprise is one of those emotions that's hard to fake. Though, whether you're trying to look surprised when you're not, or trying not to look surprised when you are. I shake his hand. I shake the other kid's hand. I don't want to focus on his face. Cool room, I say. Are you Via's boyfriend, he says. I think he's smiling. Olivia pushes his baseball cap. Is that a machine gun? The blonde kid asks. Like I haven't heard that one before. We talked about Zydeco a little bit, and then Via's taking my hand and leading me out of the room. As soon as we close the door behind us, we hear them laughing. I'm from Brooklyn, one of them sings. Olivia rolls her eyes and then smiles. Let's go hang out in my room, she says. We've been dating for 2 months now. I knew from the moment I saw her, the minute she sat down at our table in the cafeteria, that I liked her. I couldn't keep my eye off of her, really. Really beautiful, with olive skin and the bluest eyes I've ever seen in my life. At first, she acted like she only wanted to be friends. I think she kind of gives off that vibe without even meaning to. Stay back, don't even bother me. She doesn't flirt like some of the other girls do. She looks you right in the eye when she talks to you, like she's daring you. So I kept looking at her right in the eye too, like I was daring her right back. And then I asked her out and she said yes, which rocked. She's an awesome girl and I love hanging out with her. She didn't tell me about August until our third date. I think she used the phrase craniofacial abnormality to describe his face. Or maybe it was craniofacial abnormally. I know one word she didn't use was deformed, though, because that's the word that would have registered with me. So, what did you think? She asked me nervously the second we got in your room. Are you shocked? No, I lied. She smiles and looks away. You're shocked. I'm not, I assure her. He's just like you said he'd be. She nods and plops down on her bed. Kind of cute. She still has a lot of stuffed animals on her bed. She takes one of them, a polar bear, without thinking, and puts it on her lap. I sit down on the rolling chair by her desk. Her room is immaculate. When I was little, she said, there was lots of kids who never came back for a second play date. I mean, lots of kids. I even had friends who wouldn't come to my birthdays because he would be there. They never actually told me this, but it would get back to me. Some people don't even know how to deal with Augie, you know? I nod. It's not like they know they're being mean, she adds. They're just scared. I mean, let's face it. His face is a little scary, right? I guess, I answered. But you're okay with it, she asked me sweetly. You're not too freaked out or scared? I'm not freaked out or scared, I smiled. She nods and looks down at the polar bear on her lap. I can't tell whether she believes me or not. Then she gives the polar bear a kiss on the nose, touches it, and tosses it to me with a little smile. I think she means she believes me. Or at least she wants to. We'll read one more chapter. Valentine's Day. I give Olivia a heart necklace for Valentine's Day. She gives me a messenger bag she made out of old floppy disks. Very cool how she makes things like that. Earrings out of old circuit boards, dresses out of t-shirts, bags out of old jeans. She's so creative. I tell her she should be an artist someday. But she wants to be a scientist or a geneticist of all things. She wants to find a cure for people like her brother, I guess. She makes plans to finally meet my parents, a Mexican restaurant on Ames First Avenue, near her house on a Saturday night. All day long, I'm nervous about it. And when I'm nervous, my tics come out. I mean, my tics are always there, but they're not like they used to be when I was little. Nothing but a few hard blinks now, and the occasionally head pull. When I am stressed, they get worse, and I'm definitely stressed about meeting her folks. They're waiting inside when I get to the restaurant. The dad gets up and shakes my hand. The mom gives me a hug. I give August a hello fist pump and kiss Olivia on the cheek before I sit down. It's nice to meet you, Justin. We've heard so much about you. Her parents couldn't be nicer. Put me at ease right away. The waiter brings menus, and I notice his expression the moment he lays his eye on August. I pretend not to notice. I guess they're all pretending not to notice things tonight. The waiter, my tics. The way August crushes tortilla chips on the table and spoons the crumbs into his mouth. I look at Olivia and she smiles. She knows. She sees the waiter's face. She sees my tics. Olivia's a girl who sees everything. We spend the entire dinner talking and laughing. Olivia's parents ask me about my music and how I got into fiddle and stuff like that. I tell them how I used to play classical violin, but I got into Appalachian folk music and Zindoco. And they're listening to every word like they're really interested. They tell me I can come back. They tell me to let them know the next time my band's playing a gig so they can listen. I'm not used to all the attention, to be truthful. My parents have no clue what I'm doing with my life. They never ask. They never talk like this. I don't think they know I traded in my violin for an 8-string fiddle 2 years ago. Yeah. After dinner, we go back to Olivia's for some ice cream. Their dog greets us at the door. An old dog. Super sweet. She'd thrown up all over the hallway, though. Olivia's mom rushed to get paper towels while Dad picks up the dog like she's a baby. What's up, old girlie? He says. And the dog's in heaven, tongue out, tail wagging, legs in the air and at awkward angles. Dad, tell Justin how you got Daisy, says Olivia. Yeah, says Augie. The dad smiles and sits down in a chair, and the dog's still cradled in his arms. It's obviously he's told the story lots of times, and they all love to hear it. So I'm coming home from the subway one day, he says, and this homeless guy I've never seen in the neighborhood before is pushing this floppy mutt in a stroller, and he comes up to me and says, Hey, mister, want to buy a dog? Without even thinking, I say, sure. How much does he want? He says $10. So I give him $20 I had in my wallet, and he hands me the dog. Justin, I'm telling you, I've never smelled anything so bad in my life. She stinks so much I can't even tell you. So I took her right from there to the vet down the street and then brought her home. I'm sorry. Didn't even call me first, by the way. The mom interjects as she's cleaning the floor to see if I'm okay with to see if I'm okay with his bringing home this homeless guy's dog. The dog actually looks over at Mom when she says this, like she understands everything everyone is saying about her. She's a happy dog, like she knows she lucked out that day finding this family. I kind of know how she feels. I like Olivia's family. They laugh a lot. My family's not like that. My mom and dad got divorced when I was 4, and they pretty much hate each other. I grew up spending half of every week at my dad's apartment in Chelsea and the other half at my mom's place in Brooklyn Heights. I have a brother who's 5.5 years older than me, and barely knows I exist. For as long as I can remember, I felt like my parents could hardly wait for me to be old enough to take care of myself. You can go to the store by yourself. Here's the key to the apartment. It's funny how there's a word like overprotective to describe some parents, but there's no word to describe the opposite. What's the word that you use to describe parents who don't protect you enough? Underprotective? Neglectful? Self-involved? Lame? All the above? Olivia's family tell each other I love you all the time. I can't remember the last time anyone in my family said that to me. By the time I got home, my tics have all stopped. So that is where we're going to end for the day. I hope you guys are enjoying hearing from Justin's perspective. I think he just has an interesting outside perspective that is different from the rest of the characters. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy Justin's perspective. And I will see you back on here tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoy Lessons Day and have a fantastic day. Bye.